What is going on, mi familia, mi gente, my village people, and everyone in between? Welcome back to my channel. We are 20, I think the last time I checked it was 27,000 subscribers and growing. So I am super excited about that. So we're just going to jump right into it because I've been wanting to do reactions for a long time to just kind of switch up the content a little bit. And if you're not following me on Instagram, which you should, I post a lot on my Instagram stories, just really interesting viral videos that I find. And I'll just kind of like write my caption and give commentary on it. But I was like, you know what? Let me bring this to YouTube and actually really go in depth with this commentary. So we're doing our first reaction today. So I was scrolling on TikTok like I always do, and this plastic surgery nose job thing came on my feed, and I was just like, okay, this is interesting. So, you know, I had time, so I sat and watched. So we're going to watch together, and I'm going to give my commentary in between and after. All right, so here's the first video.
ปีกจมูกใหญ่มากน่าจะติดท็อปไฟปกติเขาตัดกันมิลใช่ไหมแต่ของเราอาจจะต้องเป็นหลักเซนพอหมอจับอย่างเงี้ยมันจะรูจมูกหมูใช่ไหมแต่ความเป็นจริงมันจะถูกตัดตรงนี้ออกไปเยอะตัดเสร็จแล้วเรียบร้อยตัวรูจมูกเล็กลงเลยตัวปีกจมูกก็ถูกหุบเข้าไปแล้วก็ดูม้วนเข้าเป็นเคิร์ฟที่ดูสวยงามขึ้นปกติเขาตัดกันประมาณ3มิล4มิลนะของคุณนุ๊กหมอตัดเผื่อไป3คนเดี๋ยวลงจากนี้จ่ายเพิ่มอีก120,000นะเพราะว่าตัดเผื่อคุณเล่นนะเอา50,000พอ
Okay, so guys, the reason I was laughing is because of the man's facial expressions. When I saw that nose job, I said, oh, Guinea, was it? Okay, so the man comes in, feels like he has a wide nose. I'm guessing this is in Thailand, if I'm not mistaken. I have no idea what they're saying, by the way. And so when the doctor is pushing this, I'm just like, you know, I was a little concerned. But when I saw the final thing, now I do understand with nose jobs, from what I've heard, is that, okay, it takes about maybe a year or so for things to get into place. But he didn't have to do them like this because this is such a drastic change. If I was this man's friend before and he walked past me on the street, I would not recognize him. Even though you're going to take the nose, must you pinch it? Like, he took too much. He took too much. I'm not going to lie. At like 18 seconds of this video, I don't know if he looks like some kind of like anime character. I don't know. But I feel like the guy looks like he's regretting his decision. Is it just me? It's too small. He took too much. He took too much. Look at this doctor. Look at the doctor's nose. The doctor does not have pinchy nose. He has a regular nose, in fact, what might even be seen as more of a wider nose wherever he's from, because again, they have this obsession with closing their nose so that oxygen will not flow. You see the doctor laughing. The doctor is wearing red. The doctor is just laughing at this man's pain. Oh God, let's go to the next video. Now this one.
อยากได้แบบเกาหลีหน่อยค่ะแบบเล็กๆ baby monster
มันจะต่างกันที่รูปทรงของตัวจมูกนะลงมาอย่างเงี้ยเนาะรูปทรง
This doctor, he too like red. Why is it that red is the color that you're choosing? I'm beginning to suspect, but continue. I personally don't think that she really needs anything done, and her nose fits her face.
มันก็เลยจะแบบว่าไม่เหมือนกับของน้องเขาที่มันแบบอาจจะเล็กๆเน้นตัดปีกจมูกจากด้านในด้านนอกเราอาจจะตัดนิดเดียวไม่เยอะมากโอ้ว้าวประมาณนี้นะของน้องคิวโอเคไหมมันก็จะดูแบบดูละมุนขึ้นรูจมูกมันจะดูกลมขึ้นกว่าเดิม
I mean, why is it twisted? It don't twist. She looked fine. All right, going into the next video, when I tell y'all, this one I think pained me the most. You'll see why. All right.
Also meine Nase wird nachher sehr schön sein. Mal gucken, wie nach der eine Woche so aussieht. Also.
Pause. We're gonna zoom in on her nail. I feel like that's where her sense was. Because of that, I was like, my sister, priority. But let me not talk because my own just came off today. But still yet, I'm not the one in the surgery office. Please, let's focus. But let's continue.
She's not here.
ตัดปีกจมูกไปแล้วปีหนึ่งเนาะแล้วรู้สึกว่ามันยังใหญ่อยู่
ประมาณแอนโทเนียเพราะนี่แบบอยากให้มันตัดให้มันเล็กเผื่อคายเลยแต่เขายัง
When I saw this one, this is when I knew that the devil is a liar. Do y'all see how beautiful this girl is? As in naturally just beautiful. As in her nose, her features. I mean, easily, I don't know how tall she is, but beautiful face. Right, and I said the tall thing because modeling, people have specific height requirements, but the girl is beautiful. Why are you cutting your nose?
ธรรมชาติ
โจทย์มาละ
โจทย์มาแล้ว
คอเล็ก
ขอเล็กแต่
ธรรมชาติเก็บปีกเข้าไปเก็บด้าน
I'm no nose surgeon. Why is it all he knows to do is to pinch hair? It just seems like that's all he just cuts off. Why not? You don't even, okay, if you're gonna do it, give them bridge, give them, you know, it's almost like this doctor doesn't have variety. Or it could just be that where he's from, you don't really need variety because everyone is just trying to pinch off the sides. But I feel like, at least with the ethnic nose jobs that I've seen, again, I am for loving yourself and being who you are because, or really seeing yourself the way Christ sees you, right? We're created in the image of God, yes. But we also cannot pretend as if people aren't really going through mental, you know, body dysmorphia, all that stuff because of the images that are portrayed to them, right? So you have some people that they'll do ethnic nose jobs, as in they will get this nose job, this rhinoplasty, but they don't want to have like such a European-esque type of nose. And so that's why I'm like, why is it that this doctor, this is the only thing he does?
ด้านนอกไม่ต้องใส่ไม่ต้องเก็บเยอะมากอาจจะเก็บแผลเป็นนิดหน่อยซึ่งแผลสวยนะทำไว้เขาก็ไม่ค่อยเห็นแผลเท่าไหร่โอเคไหม
ปีกเล็กมากหมอทำถึงสมใจอยากเลยตายใจ
โอ้ยตายมันดีหรือไม่ดี
This doctor, what he knows how to do is to laugh. He's laughing. In fact, when I posted this thing on my Instagram story, somebody commented, they were like, they said this doctor is using their nose to do small sacrifice. I said, my sister, I agree. Because why is he taking so much? Especially with that first guy. I'm telling you, he's taking their nostrils and he's taking it to the forest, to the high priests, to go and be doing sacrifice so that his nose butchering business can succeed. And it's so interesting how the drug dealer never uses his own product. And you see that a lot in these professions. Like you'll see doctors who offer LASIK eye surgery, they're wearing glasses. Or some dentists, they don't have veneers. And so this doctor, he's all natural. I think that's really interesting. China, beautiful girl. And you know what? I feel like with her new nose job, of course, I don't know what it looks like when it's healed, but she had like a certain youthfulness with like her original face, like just a soft youthfulness, you know, round, like just really cute. And now, you know, she just looks older and, you know, I don't even know what she even looks like, to be honest, but she looked more beautiful before. All right, let's hop into the next video. And this is this girl talking about her botched plastic surgery journey.
Hey everyone, I'm going to be talking about my botched plastic surgery journey through 3 nose jobs. So let's get into it. For context, I never liked my nose growing up, and this photo was taken on the operating room bed right before my first surgery. I had a really big bump on my bridge, as you can see in this photo, and I never liked it. This is also how it looked from the front. The tip of my nose was a lot more bulbous, and I inherited my mom's nose, which she also had a nose job on. So clearly good noses just don't run in my family for women, and I always wanted one growing up. The goal of my first surgery was that I wanted a mostly straight but slightly sloped bridge, and let me just show you what the outcome was. This is how it turned out, and I was devastated. My nose had what's called a polybeak deformity, where basically there's a convexity to your bridge that makes it resemble a bird's beak, hence that's why they call it a polybeak deformity. The polybeak deformity is actually the most common complication of rhinoplasty. The front of my nose was also very thick, and it just did not look good. So 9 months later, I went back to my original surgeon for a revision, which was definitely a mistake. The reasons I went back to my original surgeon for my revision was because 1, he seemed genuinely understanding of the issue and felt that he could fix it. And number 2 was because he waived his surgeon's fee and I only had to pay for anesthesia, which was $1,500, and nowhere else would I be able to find a revision for that inexpensive. In retrospect, a major red flag was that he made me sign an NDA before my revision with him, so that's why I'm not saying his name in this video, because I guess I would be sued. But I was so desperate for my revision at the time that I was just willing to go through with it. This was the outcome of my revision, and it was still bad. Not only did I still have a polybeak deformity, but also my columella, which is basically my septum, was retracted up into my nose when it should have been lower. My nostrils were also very uneven, and my nose overall was very asymmetrical. The scar on my septum was also so bad that you could literally see it from the front. As seen here, you can see my septum scar from the front of my face. 9 months after my second surgery, I had my third and final surgery with Dr. Dean Toriumi, who's known to be pretty much the world master of revision rhinoplasty, and he literally changed my life. Dr. Toriumi grafted some of my rib cartilage from my chest to help reconstruct my nose, and I'm so happy with it now. You can see he also completely fixed my nostrils and the scarring on my septum. After about 18 months of feeling depressed and anxious over my botched nose, I was finally able to pick up content creation and head into my senior year of college feeling so much happier about my appearance. So let me know if you have any questions.
Wow. Listen, white women, they love a good nose job. I am telling you. And dang, to do that at such an early age. I mean, wow. I probably got that done like sophomore year of college. And another thing that I hear too that's really prominent when it comes to surgery and plastic surgery is a lot of times it's not just that one surgery. Like people have to go back and get multiple revisions, things like that. Yeah, let's see this next video. Oh, okay. This creator, beautiful black girl, you know, we're not here to tear down anybody, but I remember, I think the first time her video came on my For You page was her with like a cast on her nose. And so I was like, oh, she got a nose job? And so I went back to go look at her previous pictures. But you know, sometimes they're trying to remove it. You don't want those to know. I will go back. So I went back and I looked and I was like, there was nothing wrong with her nose before. And I know people don't like to say this, but when I saw the after, I was like, I kind of prefer the original nose, you know? Beautiful either way. But when I saw this video, it says things I wish I knew before my rhinoplasty. I was like, oh, her nose has like, her swelling has gone down a lot, because when she removed that cast, I said, my sister, why, por qué? Like, yeah, but the swelling has gone down. Let's see.
The three main things I wish I knew before I got my nose done were, one, I wish I knew how long the swelling would actually take. Like, literally, even just between 8 months and right now, 1 year post-op, the tip has gone down so much. Like, I was freaking out. I'm like over here looking up doctors, like, and then like, honestly, just the TikTok feedback had me like, wait a minute.
Pause. Boy, TikTok was tearing her up. I'm not gonna lie. You know, we all have our thoughts, our inner thoughts. And I did think that her before looked better. It just looked really more like bulbous and swollen. And so I'm glad to hear that now, maybe a year after, she realizes that, you know, what we were seeing it's gone down a lot.
And why are some people like snapping back so quickly and I am not? But it's kind of like having a baby. Like, some people just snap back. Some people do not. Some people, it takes a little bit more time. So that's one. Two, I wish I knew that you would never be able to blow your nose the same. Like, I can't just take a tissue and like blow my nose. My nose is so, like, it's so hard. You can't just like blow your nose. It wouldn't have changed my decision, because my decision was purely aesthetic. Like, let's be so for real right now. I don't have a deviated septum. But I wish I knew that, because the psychology that goes into being able to do something for your entire life and then not being able to do it is crazy. It's like if you got hit in the head with a brick or something at age like 25 and then you go blind. It's like, wait a minute, like, you haven't been blind your whole life. So like, now you have to like relearn life. You know what I mean? 3, and honestly, I feel like this is going to be a character defining thing, but I wish I had shame, because I'm not going to archive my old pictures. Even though I look completely different, I'm not going to archive my old pictures. But sometimes I look at my old pictures and I'm like, if only I could Photoshop my new face onto my old.
Which is actually crazy to me, because I thought her old pictures, she looked beautiful. Like, she looked beautiful. I don't understand it too. And you know what's so crazy? The nose is such a, I mean, it's the focal point of your face. I feel like if you change your nose, especially when it's a drastic change, you just changed your whole face in a way that it's like really irreversible. Like, people get their lips done, it's like, oh, okay. But I feel like when you mess with your nose, you're really playing with being unrecognizable. And you know, another person that has more of like, what people will call like a bigger nose, but it just works, like Thames. I think Thames is so beautiful. Like, I love her features. I love her nose. I love her eye. Like, it just all works together. I don't know why we're so obsessed with having this small Eurocentric nose. Because some people, if you make your nose too small, you look like a character. Like, some people, they just have this, if their nose is, let's say, on the bigger side, their eyes makes up for it, or this, like, yeah. So let's continue watching.
ดีอย่างนี้อยู่แล้วอย่างหนึ่งก็คืออาจจะเป็นเสริมจมูก
This lady is
มันดึง
cute
ขึ้นไปอะถ้าเคสที่รูจมูกมันแบบเกือบจะปลั๊กแล้วอะนะตัดเข้าไปอีกนิดเดียวแค่นี้
She's
ครับ
อย่างน้อยก็
pretty
ถือว่า
มันก็
ดีขึ้นนิดหนึ่ง
นะโอเค
เพราะว่าปกติเวลาถ่ายฟิลเตอร์มันก็จะบีบเขานิดนึง
ใช่
เอาให้หน้าเหมือนในฟิลเตอร์ละค่ะ
ร้อง
โอเค
ไห้เลย
ค่ะ
ร้องไห้น้ำตาไหล
หนูว่าอยากหน้าหวาน
งั้นมิกแอนแมทหวานเก๋รวมกัน
เป็นเป๋เลย
หน้ามันยังดูแบบ
This doctor can laugh. He's laughing because he's taking their nostrils to the forest. Don't mind him. That's why he's laughing. He has their nostrils inside his Ziploc bag. Don't mind him. I like, man, listen, I like the point. She has a cute nose. I'm just not understanding. And it's cute. Hey, God. Oh, trying. Okay, she still has her point. She has a natural point. Maybe when it heals, it will look okay. Let's go to the next video.
กลับบ้านไปไม่จำ
หมอหารูปอะหมอยังหาไม่เจอเลยว่าอันไหนอะรูปเรา
Is this
ก็เลยยื่นให้น้องดูแล้ว
Yeah.
แล้วน้องก็เลยจิ้มว่าอ๋อหมอยังคิดว่าเอ้าเราเสริมดูจากรูปเก่าหมอเสริมจมูกไปให้ด้วยหรือเปล่าไม่ได้เสริม
Okay.
มัน
Oh, somebody.
แบบ
Okay.
มันใหญ่มากค่ะ เคย
She's
เส
healed.
ริมมาแล้วค่ะ
อ้าว
แต่ว่าถอดออกเพราะว่า
Oh,
เชื้
oh wow. I didn't know that was her.
ถอ
Wow.
ดมานานยัง
กลัวค่ะ ถอดมาได้ 2 ปีค่ะ
อันนี้เรามาตรวจดูตอน 3 เดือนนะครับตัวปีกจมูกก็ดูแบบธรรมชาติมากขึ้นแล้วก็ปีกมันจะดูแบบมันยกขึ้นอ่ะใช่ไหมเพราะตอนแรกปีกของน้องนัทมันจะแบบแบนๆออกแล้วก็กางออกแผลก็ค่อนข้างจะสวยมากนะไม่เห็นเป็นคนแบบไม่มีคีรอยเลยอะแผลเรียบไปหมดเลยนะอันนี้ก็เรียบเลยเนี่ยเนาะโอ้ยคนไข้มาจากสีราชสีมาอะไรนะนครราชสีมาโคราชก็เป็นคนปีกกลางเฉยๆนะครับแต่ว่าเนื้อปีกจะค่อนข้างนิ่มแล้วก็รูจมูกกว้างพวกนี้เราตัดได้เยอะ
Okay, well listen, one thing I'm not a hater, so I am wise enough to acknowledge it only looks good. And you know what, after that healing process, it doesn't look bad. I'm not gonna sit here and say it looks bad. It doesn't look bad. Now, the right after looks scary, but she was still cute before. I just would not have recognized her because she looks completely different. Okay, let's see. This is a guy.
มีคนบอกว่าผมเป็นคนหน้าเล็ก แต่ว่าจมูกเนี่ยมันดูใหญ่ไปนิดนึง ถ้าเทียบกับหน้า
He
เพื่อน
looked
ส่วนใหญ่
fine before.
ถ้าไม่บอกว่าทำก็คือดูไม่ออก
ไม่รู้เลยเหรอ
ใช่แบบไม่ได้สังเกตว่ามันเป็นแผลเป็นอะไรอย่างนี้ เพราะว่าจริงๆก็แบบน้อยมากของผมเนี่ยเจ็บจริงๆ คือประมาณ1-2 วันแรกครับผมรู้สึกว่ามันใช้เวลาพักฟื้นน้อยมาก อาจจะมีแบบว่าหลังจากทำวันหนึ่งที่
It looked good
เจ็บ
before.
อาจจะยังไม่อยากไปทำงานหรือว่าอยาก
ใช่
ไปเรียนอะไรอย่างนี้ แต่ว่าถ้าถามว่าไปได้ไหมก็ไปได้ครับ งดพบเพื่อนตลก เพราะว่าถ้าขำหรือว่ายิ้มทีก็จะแบบตึงอย่างเงี้ย
ใช่ แต่ตอนนี้หายตึงหรือยัง3 เดือน
หายแล้วครับก็ยิ้มได้ปกติ
ได้ ทุกคนกลัวเรื่องยิ้มผิดปกติ แต่ตอนนี้น้องยิ้มปกติแล้วในช่วง
ใช่
3 เดือน
Girl.
เนาะ
It is well. It is well. Now, this one is an ethnic nose job that I saw this one too. Let's see. Now, one thing I'll say with that, when I saw this, I mean, people are going to do what they want to do. Ideally, you want to tell people, hey, love yourself, be yourself. The way God created you is perfect, which it is. But again, we live in a world where the way we think and move, it's society, social media, it all plays a part. So it's easy to tell someone, oh, no, be secure, don't be insecure, about this feature. And you don't even know what it feels like to have that feature and have it being made fun of. And I'll talk a little bit more about my experience later at the end of this video. But at least one thing I'll say about her nose job is they kept it ethnic. They gave her a bridge, okay, but they kept it ethnic. Even now that she's still, she has her stitches, I'm like, okay. I don't like the one when they do the Michael Jackson special and they just close everything. How is somebody supposed to breathe? They want to give us the hee special and looking like, especially that Thai doctor, just closing everybody's nose. It looks like they look like synchronized swimmers at the Olympics. That's what it looked like. As in, that's what he's preparing them for. To just be closing their nose. Somebody can breathe. You, your own, you are inhaling all the oxygen with your regular nose, but you want to close everybody else's nose. That doctor is he's greedy. Don't mind him, I beg. Oh, now this one. Okay, this is another ethnic nose job. When I saw this, my initial thought was like, oh wow, they did a good job. Her nose looks smooth, it looks ethnic, only to find out that was the before. I was even thinking that this was the after. Like her nose looked, her skin is beautiful. My sister. What's going on here? Priorities. Come on. Me too, I'm not perfect, but Organic. And I think her nose looked good before. Beautiful. In fact, I even preferred it before. Let's go to the next one, please. This picture of this beautiful woman with the before and after. This is how I know that the enemy is working. When I tell you, both look good. I would say the one on the right looks more like older sister, and then the one on the left looks like the daughter. And I think maybe, I don't know if it's just the way the picture was taken, but she seems a little bit more youthful on the one before, but she still looks, she looks beautiful either way. We're not gonna pretend both don't look good, but my thing was you didn't need it. You didn't need it. And so what is it that's causing people to look at themselves? Even some people will even look at her nose and say, oh, that's even what they're showing their doctor. I don't see anybody making fun of her for having a bulbous nose. Now, I don't know her experience, so I can't say, but I'm like, girl, you're beautiful. The after is beautiful too, but I just feel like it's wasted money, What's my dear? All I know is she's a beautiful woman and she didn't need it. And I want to encourage people that are out there who struggle, because again, it's easy to say love yourself, but then you go into society and even sometimes the people who are telling you to love yourself, you look at what they're praising and what they're liking, and you see all these celebrities and we feel like they're so perfect, but I feel like they fall under more peer pressure too to change themselves. That's why they do so much surgeries and things like that. But for me personally, growing up, kids are mean. And I'm pretty sure I had my moments, I know I did, where I would make fun of some people, but hurt people. And when you're a teen, you're just insecure. And I remember being made fun of starting from kindergarten. And for the longest, I did not like my face shape. I did not like it because other kids around me, they would point out oh, you have a round face. And other kids around me didn't have round faces. Everybody's face was more oval. And also, I don't really think I ever had an issue with my nose. I don't think so, but I definitely my face shape for sure. And the fact that my hair is even like this it's a miracle. It's a testament, because I would have swoops upon swoops because I was trying to cover, my face shape, not knowing that this is a face shape that it distinguishes me or it separates me from other people. It allows people to know that, hey, you have high cheekbones and, I can tell that you're from Africa, which is a beautiful thing. And so when you're being made fun of, you don't really see it as that. But I'm like, now it's crazy how the features I used to hate are the features that I've grown to actually love. And I love my cheekbones. This mole right here, the way I was looking at ways to remove it, I think was it at the time where Enrique Iglesias, or is it Ricky? One of them, I get those two Hispanics mixed up, but one of them that had a mole and he got it removed. And so I didn't like this mole, which is crazy, because then you grow up and you see people paying to have, the Marilyn Monroe and all this, to have the high cheekbones. I'm telling you, we don't know what we have. And again, I am all for it. Listen, loving yourself and, being the best version of yourself. And one thing I also noticed with some of these nose jobs, they would do nose jobs and they're still contouring and doing, heavy contouring. I'm not paying $6,000 to $10,000, $15,000 to do my nose to come and still be contouring with heavy makeup. That's crazy to me. So I can't say that I'm someone that's against plastic surgery, because there is a place for plastic surgery in this world. If you're a burn victim, if you're, something happens, that's right. or even someone who has lost a lot of weight, right? And you have a lot of loose skin. Like, yeah, they say love yourself, but then, you know, people, come on, let's be real. We know the society that we live in, right? And so people want to do things that'll make their life a little bit easier, right? But I'm more for healthy lifestyle and then being the best version of yourself. And I really believe that before a person goes to change something drastically about their face and their features, at least go to therapy. Go to therapy and really dig into why you are making these changes. And if after therapy you decide you still want to go through with it, then, you know, go through with it and make sure that you find a good doctor. You do your research, find a good doctor. And I just hope that it's not a change that will take you far away from who you are, because it just seems like we're trying to stray away from our African features, but it is what it is, right? People are gonna do what they want to do. If you're gonna do it safely and really know the reason why you're doing it. So anyway, that's really it for this video. I want to know your thoughts. Comment below. Have you been tempted to do a nose surgery? I mean, definitely there was a time where I was just sitting and just thinking, and then there was this thought that came into my head, like, oh, like, what if you did a nose surgery? I said, God forbid. Because I know that thought was not my own. I said, God forbid, it's okay. Let it be open. Let it be open. That's how I get my oxygen. So anyway, comment below. I would love to know your thoughts on this topic. And so that's really the sum of my reaction video. I have another one coming up that has to do with eye surgery. So make sure that you all tune in on that. But yes, anyway, I will see you in my next video.